guys, welcome to Storytime. My name is Linda and today we are going to talk about winter, specifically snow. Now during fall, we watched the trees change. The leaves went from green to brown and red and yellow, and then they fell off, and now we have trees with no leaves, and you may have gotten some kind of snow or ice or slush or some other kind of winter weather. I know we did here at the library, but today we have two books, 1, 2, that talk about snow. Are you ready to get started? Great. The first book that we are going to be reading is called The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. Do you see this? This is pretty. And these things right here, these are snowflakes. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Wow, look at how high that snow is piled up. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out, like this. Do you see down here how he's walking with his toes pointed out? He walked with his toes pointing in, like that. And on this page, he's walking with his toes pointed in. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks. And look at the bottom of the page. He dragged his feet and he made tracks. They kind of look like railroad tracks. And he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. I wonder what's making this track back here. Ooh, it was a stick. A stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. He took his stick and he smacked it. What do you think is going to happen with the snow? Let's find out. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. There he goes, walking through the snow. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew he wasn't old enough. Not yet. That's okay. Maybe he'll be old enough next year. So he made a smiling snowman, and he made angels. Have you ever had enough snow where you live to make snowmen and snow angels? I have. The last snow we got, I made snowmen and I made some snow angels, and it was fun. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great, big, tall, heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way down. He picked up a handful of snow and another and still another. He packed it round and firm and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. Now, what do you think's going to happen to the snowballs he put in his pocket? Let's find out. He told his mother about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. And he thought and thought and thought about them. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. And you see here, Yeah, there's a little stain. I think what happened was the snowball melted. When snow gets too warm, it melts back into water. But that's okay. While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. And look, the snowflakes are falling down. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. And look, here is all the snow with the snowflakes falling down. The end. Now, that was such a great book. We got to see a kid as he journeyed through the snow. He made tracks, and he found a stick to whack against trees that had snow on them. And he tried to get into a snowball fight, and he made snowmen and snow angels. These are all really fun things that you can do if or when it snows where you live. So our next book is called Snowmen at Night by Carolyn Buhner. One wintry day, I made a snowman, very round and tall. The next day, when I saw him, he was not the same at all. I wonder what happened to this kid's snowman. Oh, his hat had slipped, his arms drooped down. He really looked a fright. It made me start to wonder, what do snowmen do at night? You'd think they'd just stay where they were built. But maybe this kid thinks something else happens. Let's find out. I think that snowmen start to slide when it gets really dark. Off the lawn and down the street, right into the park. They gather in a circle while they wait for all the others, sipping cups of ice-cold cocoa made by snowman mothers. Then the snowman games begin. Snowman games. They line up in their places, each one anxious for his turn in the snowman races. After everyone has had a chance at racing once or twice, they go on over to the pond to do skating tricks on ice. Did you know that snowmen can ice skate? I didn't either. Sometimes they start giggling, and then they act like clowns. They bump into each other till they all fall down. They gather up their snowballs, the pitcher takes his aim, and underneath the moonlit sky, they play a baseball game. No one knows just how it started, but soon it's quite a sight, with snowmen throwing snowballs in the world's best snowball fight. Then it's time for sledding. It's a wild ride down the hill. Yahoo! They yell. This is by far the snowman's biggest thrill. Finally, they're tuckered out and getting sleepy, so they slowly gather up their things, and one by one, they go. So if your snowman's grin is crooked or he's lost a little height, you'll know he's just been doing what snowmen do at night, which apparently is playing on a playground. All right, we had two really great books about snow. Now, if you get snow where you live, what is your favorite thing to do when it snows? There's so much to choose from, right? You could go sledding, you could make snowmen or snow angels, you could get into snowball fights, or just go exploring. Yeah. Well, guys, that is all the time we have for today's story time. Thank you so much for being here with me and reading these books with me. Now, it is getting real wintry out there and super cold, so bundle up, stay warm, and we'll see you next time. Bye!